What is going on YouTube? It's Tyler from Team TYC, and over the weekend, I went to the Hartford Regional hosted by the Side Deck, and I was able to make top 16 and get 12th place out of 9 rounds of Swiss playing Brave Rose Dragon combo deck. And overall, I had a really good time at this event. Very well organized. I met a lot of great people there, and I played a lot of great games. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into this deck profile. So I chose the Brave Rose Dragon deck. I just wanted to test my ability to see how well I could perform with it because discussing with my coach, Zach Butler, shout out to him, Z Butler TCG, he was talking to me and how this deck is very complicated, and if you make one mistake in your combo, you pretty much just mess up the entire line, and you shouldn't win. So I just wanted to test my ability to see how well I could perform with it. We played 9 rounds of Swiss. My only 2 losses were to 2 Flunder matchups. I have my tournament report right here. Let me grab that real quick. So out of 9 rounds of Swiss, I played against one Super Quantum round 1, Dragon Link round 2, I played the Mirror Match round 3, I played Tenyi Sword Soul round 4, round 5 were Flunder, round 6 was Sword Soul Tenyi again, round 7 and 8 were Flunder, and the last one was round 9 being Brave Pranks. So I was able to go X2, 7 and 2, only losing to the 2 Flunder decks because Flunder's kind of annoying, but I didn't practice the matchup enough. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So we played the standard 3 Red Rose Dragon and the 1 Rocks Rose Dragon. I love these cards. These cards are great. Red Rose Dragon is being able to synchro off with either your Brave token or your Wandering Griffin Rider into either the Baron or the Shooting Riser Dragon to send Snow, or another card I'll show you guys in a second is so sick. And we played the one Rocks Rose Dragon. I mean, like, this is kind of like the brick out of the whole engine. You're able to search either the Basil Rose Shoot or another copy of Red Rose Dragon. I found myself often searching out the Basil Rose Shoot more than the Red Rose Dragon for further plays. And I play a certain card in my extra deck to explain that in a little bit. And then you move on to your standard Brave package of 3 Water Enchanters, and I played 2 Griffin Rider. So, Griffin Rider I found very interesting over the weekend playing 2 of it because I often found myself drawing one Red Rose Dragon plus a Griffin already in my hand. So what I would do is I would activate Right, make my token, get the Fateful Adventure, and then after I would normal summon and search the equip spell, I would search a second Griffin Rider, so that way I could summon it on my opponent's turn with my Baron already out. So I'd have 2 Omni Negates, and it was just, overall, I think 2 Griffin was correct. And as for the spells, let me grab those real quick. The same reason I was playing 3 Right and 2 Fateful. The second Fateful was for if I ever got Ghost Ogre, which I surprisingly didn't get Ghost Ogre a lot over the weekend. I think I was Ghost Ogre maybe a total of 4 times on the Fateful, and having the second copy of the Fateful really came in clutch. Just be able to keep searching me like monsters for extenders and follow-up. So yeah, these cards are just so insane. And then I played 1 Illusion of Chaos and 1 Magician's Souls. I didn't really see this a lot over the weekend, but when I did, it really helped a lot with my combo. Also, I don't know, I was kind of iffy on this card. It conflicted with another card. It conflicted with Prosperity a little bit, so I would often find myself siding this out or searching the Magician's Souls off Gloomy. So, and then next, classic, 1 Celestial, 1 Dasher, and then the 2 Fusion Destinies. DPE engine, very nice, very good engine. Made it almost every single game. Pretty much won me almost all my matches. And then we played the 1 Fairy Tale Snow to send off the Shooting Riser. I didn't use this card a lot, actually, over this weekend. Snow didn't really come up as much as I thought it was going to. Because, like, a lot of the decks I played didn't really struggle against Snow. So, but say lovey. Alright, now for the hand traps, we're remaining 3 Nibiru, 3 Veiler, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and then 1 Token Collector. So the reason I'm playing 1 Token Collector is because I can send it off of Shooting Riser just to guarantee I don't lose to other Brave decks or like the Tenyi Synchro combo deck. When I played against the 2 Tenyi Synchro variants, I sent this at least 4 out of 6 games, and it just was so good. All in all, these hand traps I think were the correct lineup. Not a lot of people were expecting Nibiru, which is very interesting. After talking to Zach about it, he was saying how he doesn't like Nibiru this format because this This card doesn't do shit to Despia. Normally, the Despia line ends their combo when they hit 4 summons, so you never really get to resolve the Nibiru. But other than that, Nibiru came up so clutch for me against the Dragon Link matchup, against the Tenyi Sword Soul matchups. 85% of the time, this just came out against Flunder and everything else. Yeah. And then this was the MVP card out of the whole weekend, Prosperity. This card is so good. I was going back and forth with my buddies about it the entire time testing everything, thinking, oh, you don't need this card. You don't need this card. Like, it conflicts with souls. It conflicts with souls. But every time I drew a Brave Engine, I drew my Brave Engine, I didn't see a Rose Dragon, or I drew a Rose Dragon and didn't see my Brave Engine. This got me there. Banishing 6 off Prosperity and finding either the Rocks Rose or the Brave cards, so good. Card is so insane. And then the one Draco back, and then the one Foolish Burial, the one Call by the Grave, and the one Basil Rose Shoot. These cards are just insane. And then last two were 2 Imperm. Imperm actually came up really clutch this weekend. It stopped the Flunder combo when she stopped their normal summon. I was able to Imperm a Hulk, but my opponent had Crossout to call Imperm, then just made my Nibiru more live and everything. But yeah, so that's it for the main deck. 43 card main deck. Honestly, this deck was more fun than anything to play. Like, every time I see a hand of Red Rose plus Rite of Aramasir or Temple, I was like, okay, this is great. As long as I don't have, like, my opponent doesn't hand trap me, I get full combo off. Yeah. All right, now we're moving on to the extra deck. First things first, tokens for the stuff. So, 1 Phoenix Enforcer. This card is insane. This card's crazy. I had a DPE battle maybe twice, and I eventually ended up winning the DPE battle because I just kept stealing their DPE with Gloomy and just DPE controlled. And then for the Synchros, 1 Baron to Fleur, 1 Shooting Riser, 1 Black Rose, 1 Black Rose Moonlight, and 1 Herald. So surprisingly enough, I made Baron and Shooting Riser more than I made these 3. These 3 were always my banishes off Prosperity. I just never saw an instance where I needed to either nuke the field or banish the Verte from my graveyard to make something 0 or bounce something, which I think I heavily, misunderstood this card, because I feel like if I made it more against like the Flunder matchup or something, that like I would have just won a lot faster. And same thing with Herald. I never made this card. The only reason like I would have made this card is if I wanted to search out the Illusion of Chaos for the Magician Souls play on the crackback if my combo was broken. Because 85% of the time, my normal combo just ended on like Riser plus Baron and a DP, which honestly is kind of enough sometimes. And then for the Link monsters, we play 1 Access Code, 1 Selene, 1 Dark, 1 Lina, double Verte, 1 Hulk, 1 Striker, and then 1 Link Spider. So now you're probably wondering why we're playing the Striker Dragon. So the Striker Dragon is for when you open up just a Rocks Rose Dragon, nothing else. Because you can go normal summon Rocks Rose, search Basil Rose Shoot, link the Rocks Rose into this. Basil Rose Shoot back the Rocks Rose, and then make either like Hulk, Verte, Gloomy, pretty much anything. It just frees you up for a secondary Link 2, which is so insane, which helped a lot. Or it's just a free Prosperity banish. Like, for the Link monster I would banish off Prosperity, it was oftentimes these 3 plus the other 3 Synchros. Because I never saw a point where I need to double Verte. I double Verte'd once, because my opponent had the Veiler for it, and I was like, okay, thank God I played 2 of this card. Also, now I'm just like able to chill and win. Gloomy's like the best card, I think. One of the best, overall best Charmer, because being able to Reborn DPE or like Reborn a Vishuda, so your opponent can't Vishuda you, is so powerful. Same thing with Selene. Selene's so insane. I often had like 4 or 5 spells in grave. Selene, summon out a spellcaster, just make Access Code and just swing for game. But yeah. So that's it for the extra deck. Honestly, funny enough, I don't really think I need to cut any of these cards for anything. Like, these cards are all just great and just easy to make. And now for the side deck, which is something I really debate on for the entire weekend. So, 3 Ghost Bell. I always brought this in against... So, I was preparing for a lot of Despia. I didn't play a single Despia match all weekend long, and I just thought that was the craziest thing. But yeah, I get stuck with, like, playing Flunder, which my side deck really wasn't prepared for Flunder as much, which I'm kicking myself for now, because if it was more prepared for Flunder, I would have been... better, like if I cited like Lancia and like Tikaboo and stuff like that. So, but Bell's crazy. Bell's so good. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This was for like the Scythe Lock decks if I had to play against any Scythe Lock decks. I mean, like this can technically hit Flunder too by hitting like the trap, the field spell, and just overall anything else you don't like. You can hit like a Fateful adventure and stuff like that. So another MVP, triple Crossout. Like this card came in so clutch against like every other against a lot of the Brave matchups, which I didn't really play against either. I didn't play against a lot of Brave decks. I was thinking I just had like an easy ride all weekend, but overall it was just a really stressful time. But every time I sided in Crossout, I either hit a hand trap or I hit the Rite of Aramis here, so they can't use their Brave stuff, and it was just so insane. And then triple Droplet. I brought this in against Flunder a lot because hopefully they won't be able to do anything about it if I just like they go Rabina, I just go chain, Droplet, send something. But this card's just crazy. This card's insane. And then the last three were triple Barrier. I barely sided this card in because I played a lot of Flunder and stuff, and like a lot of other decks were just, I'm looking back at my tournament report, a lot of decks were just, Barrier just wasn't hitting. Like I said, I was preparing for a lot of Despia. Like if I saw this against the Despia match, I'm pretty sure I just win Call Fusion. But I did bring this in against Sword Soul Tenyi round 4. Because if I just call Synchro, what are they going to do? They're just going to sit there with tokens on the board? But yeah, thinking back to the side deck, if I were to change anything, I definitely would have changed, like, brought in Lancias into my side deck, and Anti-Spell. Anti-Spell, I think, is such a crazy card this format. I would have needed that. But yeah, other than that, this deck performed really well. I can definitely see what my coach was saying about how this is a very heavy combo deck, and if you mess up once, or just, like, overthink it and misplay, you are just get so hard punished. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to shout out everybody I met at Hartford, and it was just overall such a great event. The side deck was very well organized and everything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the deck profile, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.